If you ask me what my favorite movie in the Star Wars original trilogy is, 9 times out of 10 it would be The Empire Strikes Back. I mean, Empire was the big screen debut of the greatest bounty hunter in the galaxy after all, and for that reason alone it gets 2 thumbs up from this lifelong Fett fan. But on any given day, my answer could also be Return of the Jedi. Star Wars Return of the Jedi hit theaters on May 25, 1983. Originally called Revenge of the Jedi, the title was changed shortly before its release when George Lucas determined that a Jedi would not take revenge. So why do I love Return of the Jedi? Is it a flawed film? Absolutely. But what Star Wars movie isn't?
What was that?
What it also is a lot of fun. It introduced us to many great new characters and gave us one of the greatest lines and meme templates of all time.
It's a trap!
I grew up in a small town in central Pennsylvania, deep in the heart of the coal region. We once had a beautiful theater called the Victoria, built in 1918. It was designed by noted theater architect William Harold Lee in the Beaux Arts style and stood 4 stories in front. The interior featured elaborately ornamented plaster ceilings and a central dome with a suspended chandelier. In 1985, the theater, affectionately referred to as the Vicky, received a spot on the National Register of Historic Places by the U.S. Department of the Interior. Though many attempts were made to restore it to its former glory, lack of funding resulted in it ultimately being sold to the Rite Aid drugstore chain, and sadly it was demolished in 1998 to make way for a parking lot. Jedi was the first Star Wars film I saw in a theater, and the fact that I saw it in our little town's beloved Vicky means that I will always have an emotional attachment to it. While modern movie theaters are cold, soulless places that all look the same, I will forever associate Return of the Jedi with the class and elegance of days gone by. Though many fans dislike and even despise the Ewoks, I don't mind them at all. I was just a kid when I saw Episode 6, but even at a young age I could appreciate the idea of strength in numbers and defying the odds. I get it. They're just cuddly characters designed to sell action figures, but the fact that the outnumbered space teddy bears working together play such a large role in defeating the technologically advanced military might of the evil empire is still pretty cool to me.
I love you.
I know.
Do I even have to elaborate on the greatness of the metal bikini? Let's just take a moment to appreciate the beauty of Carrie Fisher, shall we? Okay, where was I? Oh yes. More things I love about Return of the Jedi. Every film has its share of scenes that end up on the cutting room floor. Sometimes a scene is eliminated because it's simply not necessary to the overall story. Sometimes a scene is cut for the sake of time. George Lucas always preferred to keep his Star Wars films around 2 hours in length. However, there is one scene in particular that I wish would have been left in the film. Luke Skywalker constructing his new lightsaber. In reality, the blade of Luke's saber was changed to green because when filming in 1982, they had issues with the blue screen backgrounds due to technical limitations. Retaining the scene would have only added 20 seconds to the overall duration, and seeing the origin of the lightsaber as opposed to Darth Vader saying,
"I see you have constructed a new lightsaber."
late in the film would have been better in my opinion.
Your skills are complete.
Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. The demise of Boba Fett. Why, George? Why? Not exactly the send-off I would have given to the coolest character to ever grace the silver screen. But hey, maybe that's just me. At least in the extended universe, Boba survives the Sarlacc. And it is one thing that Disney actually got right by making it canon. While the rebels celebrated the fall of the Empire, I found myself overwhelmed with sadness. Although Star Wars had only existed for a brief 6-year period at this point in 1983, it made such an impact on me, it felt like it had always been a part of my life. To everyone else, it was a happy ending. To me, the death of Darth Vader meant the death of Star Wars. And oh, how right I was. Fortunately, before George signed a deal with the devil, he did give us the prequels. But that is for another time in another video. I could talk about why I love Return of the Jedi all day. I only included a few reasons in this video, so it won't be an hour long. But Jedi is a criminally underrated installment in the original Skywalker saga. If you haven't seen it lately, do yourself a favor and set aside some time in your day to watch it again. It's guaranteed to put a smile on your face, and these days, that's something we all need.